Welcome to all. So in this video we are going to see about entrepreneurship. After finishing our graduation or post graduation, we will be at the crossroads of life. We will face the dilemma of choosing what we have to do in our life, right? We can choose our career from two broad categories of options. One is wage employment, that is going for job for monthly salary, or entrepreneurship. The term career signifies a continuous, ever evolving, ever expanding opportunity for personal as well as business growth and development. So, here, entrepreneurship as a career in our own business rather than wage employment. If we opt a job, then we will work for others. In case we opt for entrepreneurship, we will be our own boss, right? Okay. Next, why people become entrepreneurs. So, here the four reasons are given. Desire to be one's own boss. That means being our own boss. Self management is the motivation that drives many entrepreneurs. Next one, desire to be succeed financially. That means financial wise success. Entrepreneurs are the wealth creators. Desire for job security. So, in the point of view, over the past 10 years, large companies have eliminated more jobs than they have created, right? So, it is one concern. Next, quality of life. That means the desire for improved quality of life. Starting a business gives the founder, the entrepreneur, some choice over when, where, and how to work. So, it will improve their quality of life. So next we come to our syllabus, that is the conceptual perspective of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is the ability, capability, willingness to develop, organize, to run a new business, though they face many uncertainties, problems, but the end is to make profit. The best example of entrepreneurship is starting a new business. It may be a bakery unit, a food production unit, a tailoring unit, or a restaurant, anything. A new business is a entrepreneurship. The concept of the entrepreneur or entrepreneurship have evolved through various stages, each of which emphasize a different aspect of entrepreneurial function. The very first systematic application of the term entrepreneur to business activities was made by J.B. Say in 18th century. He focused the concept of entrepreneur as entrepreneurial functions of coordination, organization, and supervision. When we come to the next phase in the evaluation of concept of entrepreneur, he Schumpeter, an Australian economist, Joseph A. Schumpeter, he focused on innovation and he defined entrepreneur as an individual who introduces something new in the economy. But the entrepreneur is one who innovates, establishes an organization, and sets the organization going with his capability. So, this explanation is not suitable for developing countries like India. So, this was the conclusion given by many economists. So, in such economies, even if one imitates the technique of production from a developed country, he would be called an entrepreneur, right? So, Drucker, he played with the word innovation there. The entrepreneur always searches for a change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. So, this was the definition given by Drucker. So, further elaborating his viewpoint, he observed entrepreneurs as an innovator. So, innovation is the specific instrument of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs need to search purposefully for the source of innovation, changes, and their symptoms that indicate opportunities for successful and happiness in that innovation. So, they need to know the principles of innovation and to apply the principles to get success in that. Entrepreneurial initiative covers the concept of creation, risk taking, renewal, or refining that innovation which is inside the organization or outside the existing organization. Right? Okay. Next, we'll come to the perspective of entrepreneurship. So, here I have given two sides, right? One is the perspective of entrepreneur, and another one is the perspective of technician. The entrepreneurial perspective asks the question as how must the business work? Whereas on the other hand, the technician's perspective asks what is the work that has to be done. When we come to the second point, the entrepreneurial perspective sees the business as a system for producing outer directed results for the customer, stakeholders, automatically resulting in profit. But the technician's perspective sees the business as a place to produce the inner directed results for his satisfaction, the resulting is in income. When we come to the third point, the entrepreneurial perspective starts with a picture of well defined future and then works to change the present to match the future picture which is defined. But the technician's perspective starts with the present. He sees the future as uncertain and hopes to keep the future much like the present if it is comfortable to him. When we come to the fourth point, the entrepreneurial perspective envisions the business in its entirety first and then derives the parts from that. But it's just opposite for the technician's perspective. He sees the business first in its parts and then puts them together to form a whole. When we come to the fifth point, the entrepreneur perspective is an integrated vision of the world, but the technician's perspective is fragmented vision. The last point, the entrepreneurial perspective, the present day world is modeled to him after his vision, right? But the technician's perspective, the future is modeled to him after the present day world. So, the entrepreneurial perspective is absolutely necessary for the creation of a great growing business. The technician's perspective produces exactly the opposite, a place where work is done for his own sake alone, without any higher purpose or any meaning or without any vision for the future that connects where the business is going with where it is now. His point of view is his salary alone, his job satisfaction alone. If we are planning to start a business, we want the business to have success. So be sure that we are approaching our venture from entrepreneurial perspective alone. Don't go for technician's perspective if you want to become an entrepreneur. I hope this video is helpful for you to understand the concept and perspective of entrepreneurship. Thank you.